In 1872, the former governor of California, Leland Stanford, hired photographer Edward Muybridge to photograph his racehorse. Stanford was not happy with the way that horses were depicted at a full gallop in paintings at that time. It was common for painters to show the horse with both its front legs and its back legs suspended in the air. Of course, when a horse is galloping, its legs are moving so fast, it's hard for the human eye to detect what they actually look like. Edward Muybridge decided that he could use photography to record the exact position of a horse's legs when it's at a full gallop. He set up 12 cameras on the racetrack. Each one was connected to a wire that could be tripped when a horse's hoof hit it. This way, he was able to take a sequence of photographs that showed a horse running. The process was a success, and Muybridge was able to prove that a horse's forelegs are in the air, but not when they're extended, but when they're switching from pulling with their front legs to pushing with their back legs. Muybridge made many series like this of different animals and some of people doing different motions and activities. And by making these careful studies of how people and animal move, Muybridge was making the first experiments in stop motion animation. Hello. So this week we're going to be making a little, kind of like a little pop-up card mechanism, so that your animal can move across a scene. Now, we're going to be working on making animals and people in motion. And it's a little bit trickier than just drawing something staying still, but think of all the possibilities, all the things you can draw if you can draw a bird flying rather than sitting, or a cheetah running, or somebody digging a hole. I don't know. There are just so many more opportunities when you can draw animals and people doing things and have that like dynamism in your picture. So let's look at some techniques on how to do that. For this, you're going to need your animal picture and a small piece of paper. We're going to make kind of a stick figure as a basis for our animal in motion. So because of the way this cheetah is, I want to use 2 circles for the body. So one for kind of like where the rib cage is, and then one for the hips. And just a simple line showing the way the legs curve and the tail curves and the location of the head. Now, I'm going to get a sharper pencil, and I'm just going to copy only the skeleton part, only the stick figure we drew. So I'm making sure that the circles are at the right angle. The tail has the same curve as that line, trying to copy the line and see where it touches that hip circle that I made, and just carefully copy just the stick figure skeleton that I drew for my cheetah. And it's important to make sure the feet are kind of lined up so the animal looks like it can be stable and not fall over. So I make those little lines to connect them just to make sure it's right. So I feel pretty good about this. And what I like to do when I kind of have an underdrawing like this is that I just mostly erase it. So it's still there, but it won't show up that much after I color in my picture. So I'm just going to go in and add the details. And you're going to see me mess up a whole bunch of times on this drawing and erase and redraw and erase and redraw. That's just the way the drawing process is. I don't worry about it too much. If you mess up, don't get discouraged. Just keep going. Just try again. Drawing is all about like revising and changing things and making sure they're right. And that's how you get a good drawing in the end. So I'm just going to go in here. I've got the face. The ears are too big. Here I am. I'm revising my drawing. You got to check it, see if it's right, and if it's not, just fix it. Okay, and now I'm still looking at my picture to make sure I have the right curve of the back. And I'm using my lines as a guide. So I already have the right, everything is already in the right place. It's the right size. I just need to kind of fill it out a bit with the details. And of course, checking and rechecking. So when you do like an underdrawing like this, you're just giving yourself like a second, third chance to make sure things are right. So that you don't have to get everything right with just that outline. You can build on top of something else. So here I am. I'm going to make a few more faces here. I'm never quite satisfied with this face, but it's just an example. So basically what you're going to do once you have that skeleton is just go over it with colored pencils or pencil and draw that animal in all its glory, all its detail. I'm going to add some spots. Okay, so now it's time to make the scenery and the mechanism to help our animals slide across the background. Here's one I made that's a bird, so I decided to make that little slot at the top of the page. But for, yep, there it is at the top. But for the cheetah, I'm going to put it at the bottom so it can run across the ground. And I'm just going to gather some colored pencils that I feel like kind of work with the color scheme I had going with my cheetah. And you can see I added a drop shadow to that cheetah. If you want to do that, that really kind of helps make every drawing look a little fancier. Just give that little bit of shading at the bottom there. Okay, I have my colors picked out. So here are some warm colors, and then I threw in a bright blue to give a little contrast. So now just drawing the scenery where your animal might be, where it might live. You know, a good thing to add extra animals. And then the final step here is we're going to put glue all the way around the backing paper, but leave a little opening right where you want your pull tab to be. So you can see I left an opening there. I'm going to glue that down. And then I want to get my little pull tab and slide it into that spot where there's no glue. Okay, there we go. And now it's just time to attach my cheetah. So we're going to use this foamy tape because it will help your animal be above the paper a little bit. And that will make it easier to slide back and forth. So this foamy tape has little plaid backing. So you stick one end to the slider and then take the plaid backing off, stick on your animal, and there you have it. You can move your animal in motion.